Hello all. I made a discovery about this rug, and it's a way that I'm really enjoying looking at rugs in general. And I'm bringing in my friend Ali Fatemi to translate into Farsi for all my friends in Iran. So Ali, please say hello to your friends.
Hello, how are you, sir? How are you, everybody? این قالی، این رانر یا پادری کار همدانه و چیز زیبایی که آقای پیتر پت در این قالیچه پیدا کرده اینه که به وسیله مادر و دختر این قالی بافته شده و من الان خدمتتون نشون میدم. اگر این ساید رو تمرکز کنید و این ساید رو میتونید دونه به دونه ببینید که چقدر تفاوت دست مادر و دست دختر.
Okay, what Ali is saying is that this was a mother and daughter rug, and the way that children would learn how to weave is to sit alongside their mother and weave at the same loom. And so as we look at this piece, we can see that on the left-hand side, the weaver is very accomplished at all the various designs. So these little motifs here are done with beautiful angles, and there's a lot of nice proportion. Whereas over here, look how kind of sloppy it is, because she's really just getting the feel for it.
آقای پیتر پت دارن میگن که شما میتونید ببینید و تشخیص بدید سمت مادر بسیار خوب و تمیز و فاین انجام شده، سمت دختر یه مقدار ناپختگی داره و اوایل کارشه و همینطور که میریم بالاتر دختر دستش بهتر میشه و شباهت پیدا میکنه به دست مادر و همینطور که میاییم بالا در این پیس تقریبا مادر و دختر شبیه هم شدن. یک مقدار فقط در این قسمت هنوز ضعف داره دختر وگرنه کاملا شبیه هم.
The daughter, as she was going along, was increasing in her skill. So if we look at these various motifs, for instance here, that's a very nicely drawn motif. Over here, she's still struggling a bit with getting it right. This is hard work. So then we move up a bit, and here, there's the mother's effort, and look, she's starting to get it, little by little, although she's still having trouble with the outer border compared to the mother. The other thing is that the proportion of the piece starts out kind of lopsided, where there's much more on the left side here than on the right. You see how it's sort of compressed on the right-hand side, and here there's kind of nice spaciousness. And as you go up the field, you see that things come into alignment, and there's actually a nice proportion towards the end.
همینی که خدمتتون گفتم مجدد آقای پیتر پت تکرار کردن که همینطور که به سمت بالا حرکت میکنیم دست دختر خیلی شبیه به دست مادر میشه و اون قسمت فینال تقریبا یکسان شده دستا و دختر تونسته کار مادر رو عیناً تقلید کنه. یه کوچولو تو بوردر فقط ضعف داره هنوز ولی همه چیز شبیه هم شده و بسیار زیبا.
I've always really loved this rug, and if I was a collector, I'd keep it. And it's not particularly fine, as we can see. Rugs that were in the Hamadan district were woven in a single wefted weave, as opposed to double wefted. And it's unusual to find one in virtually mint condition. The thing that really intrigues me about this rug and many older rugs is the incredible color they come up with in rugs that were not considered very special at the time that they were made. So this background color, this beautiful salmon color, is what we call second bath madder, and that is what is achieved after the dye bath has been exhausted by achieving this really beautifully saturated red. So now we have a very soft coral, and they use that as the primary color and the stronger red as a secondary color. The other thing is that you look at a green like this and you say, how did they get a green that didn't fade to a blue-green? They had to have a really good yellow. And the only place you see this yellow is in tiny amounts, like in the border here. That yellow is so strong, which is what ensures that this green has stayed one of the best shades of green I've ever seen. And the yellow is only used very sparingly throughout the rest of the rug. And I believe that they had to use the majority of the yellow to get this fantastic green color.
آقای پیتر پت میگن که این رنگ صورتی بسیار رنگ زیبای، تقریبا هم رنگ گوشت سمنه، بعد میاد به این رنگ قرمز تیره تر و این سبز حاشیه یکی از زیباترین سبزهاییه که ایشون تا حالا دیده و معتقدن که این سبز فقط با تلفیق رنگ زرد به وجود میاد و این رنگ زرده که میتونه اینو به وجود بیاره. من از خودم اضافه میکنم ممکنه این زرد به وسیله زعفران به دست اومده باشه و این اسپشیالی این زرد به دلیل رنگ زعفران میتونه باشه.
There's so much else that could be talked about here, and because of the length of this video, if you're still watching it means you've gone to my YouTube channel, because we can only have under a minute on Instagram. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'd like to do many more. And if you subscribe to our Instagram channel, you'll get notifications when we put another one up. In terms of size, this rug is a typical just less than 1 meter by around 3 meters. And this is a classic size that you see from the villages in Northwest Persia. And I actually have a theory why the majority of villages that took up a runner production for the West were villages that made these for their own use. And I once saw a lecture on the Shahsavan, and there was a picture of the interior of a home, and the living room, let's say, instead of having one large rug, it had 3 of these side by side. And my theory is that they didn't have big rooms, and so when they wanted a room that was filled with a rug, they would put 3 of these. So it stands to reason that when rugs became very popular in the late 19th and early 20th century, the rug industry looked to these villages to produce the majority of runners for export. And that really stayed the case all the way through the 20s and 30s. If you look at all of the runners that were made for export, I would say 90% of them were from Northwest Persian villages.
ایشون میگن که این نوع رانرها رو در نورت وست یعنی شمال غربی ایران در خطه همدان بافته می شده و اندازش کمتر از 1 متر در طول 3 متر و معمولا اینا رو در 2 قطع یا 3 قطع می بافتن و کنار هم میتونستن بذارن که یه محوطه رو پر کنه یا پشت سر هم به صورت برای راه رفتن توی راهرو و این داستانیه که این برای ایشون گفتن.
Well, thank you again, Ali, for helping, and I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and we'll do many more. Have a good one.